What if I told you that most men over 60 are not getting the full benefit of their body's natural testosterone and circulation, simply because no one ever told them the truth about food? Many doctors brush off your questions with a quick answer, something like, just eat whatever you want. It doesn't matter. But nothing could be further from the truth. If your energy fades, if intimacy feels distant, if your mornings no longer bring the confidence they once did, it is not always age. More often than not, it is because the very foods on your plate are silently lowering your testosterone, clogging the blood vessels that should carry strength to your manhood, and putting strain on your prostate. The good news? Food can also do the opposite. The right choices can open up circulation, raise your drive, support your prostate, and help you reclaim the vitality you thought time had stolen. I'm Dr. Maya Kapoor, and today I want to take you behind the scenes, not with sugarcoating or empty promises, but with real science and decades of working alongside men like you, to show you the foods that quietly damage your manhood and the 5 powerful foods that can restore blood flow and revive intimacy after 60. Now, let's begin with a truth most men never hear until it's too late. The decline of manhood is not usually sudden. It builds slowly, meal after meal, year after year. Genetics can play a role, yes. Stress, environment, medications, they all matter. But diet is often the hidden trigger. Think of it this way. Your blood vessels are like highways that carry life to every part of your body, especially down there. When those highways are blocked by plaque, inflammation, or chemical byproducts from the wrong foods, the signals of desire may still be there, but the road is jammed. That is why intimacy starts to feel like effort instead of ease. Take processed meats, for example. Sausages, deli slices, bacon. These may feel like comfort foods, but over time they act like sandpaper against your circulation. The chemicals used to preserve them inflame your arteries, lower nitric oxide, and disrupt the delicate balance of hormones that keep testosterone flowing. The World Health Organization already warns they can trigger disease in the colon. But what they rarely tell men is that those same compounds rob you of energy and weaken erections. Then there is the backyard favorite, grilled meats. The charred black coating that so many men love is actually filled with toxins that not only irritate your gut, but also stiffen your blood vessels. Every time the smoke rises, every time fat drips into the flame, it leaves behind invisible chemicals that cling to your steak or burger. And here's the connection most men never make. Those toxins travel through your bloodstream, hardening the very pathways that carry life to your manhood. Does this mean you can never enjoy a cookout again? Not at all. It means you need to treat it with care. Clean the grill before and after, so yesterday's toxins don't coat today's food. Don't lean over the smoke and inhale those same harmful chemicals into your lungs. And when you do grill, marinate your meat in citrus or spices like turmeric. The antioxidants in those simple marinades can fight back against the damage, protecting your blood flow in ways you can feel. Most importantly, treat grilled meats as an occasional indulgence, not a nightly ritual. Because while food can hurt your intimacy, it can also heal it, and that is where hope lives. For decades, men have asked me, Dr. Kapoor, what should I eat to feel like myself again? And too often, they were told it doesn't matter. But everything I've seen in the clinic says otherwise. Food matters because your body's defense systems also protect your vitality, not just your health. And when those defenses fail, that is when performance slips. But when you reactivate them, the results can feel almost miraculous. There are 5 key systems that decide the fate of your manhood. First, your circulation. Just as tumors need blood supply to grow, your intimacy depends entirely on blood flow. Without healthy vessels, there is no firmness, no endurance, no confidence. Second, regeneration. Just as a wound heals, your body must constantly repair tissues, including those in your prostate and reproductive system. If regeneration slows, fatigue and decline take over. Third, your gut microbiome. Those trillions of bacteria inside you do more than digest food. They regulate inflammation, balance hormones, and even influence sexual desire. Fourth, DNA protection. Every erection, every spark of intimacy is guided by cells firing correctly. If your DNA repair systems are weak, cells age faster and vitality slips away. Finally, your immune system. Inflammation is like a silent fire that burns away not only health, but also desire. Calm the flames, and passion has room to breathe again. Each meal you choose either weakens or strengthens these systems, tilting your vitality in one direction or the other. And when you learn which foods feed decline and which foods feed vitality, you hold the key to your own manhood. It's not food versus medicine. It's food with medicine, food with lifestyle, food with your own choices, all working together to give you back the intimacy you thought was gone. Now, some men ask me, if this is true, why didn't my doctor tell me? And the answer is both simple and sad. Most medical schools spend less than 1 week teaching nutrition. I had to teach myself after years of practice. That means many doctors simply don't have this in their toolbox. They see testosterone drop. They prescribe a pill. They see prostate trouble. They schedule surgery. But they were never taught that foods can actually tip the odds back in your favor. The younger generation of doctors is learning more about this, but the system is slow to change. And that is why I am here, to give you the knowledge you should have had decades ago. So let me give you proof. Clinical studies have shown that men who regularly eat nuts, just 2 handfuls a week, experience stronger circulation, healthier prostates, and even measurable improvements in testosterone levels. Another study revealed that those with the right gut bacteria respond better to modern treatments and enjoy healthier intimacy. And guess what? You can grow those bacteria naturally with foods like pomegranates, cranberries, and even a handful of blueberries. These are not exotic powders or expensive supplements. They are foods you already know, just waiting to be used as medicine for your manhood. So the real question becomes this: what should you eat if you want to restore blood flow, protect your prostate, and revive intimacy after 60? Let's start with circulation, because without it, nothing else matters. Your body relies on a natural compound called nitric oxide to relax the blood vessels and let blood flow freely. With age, nitric oxide production declines, but certain foods can switch it back on. Tomatoes, rich in lycopene, not only lower prostate strain, but also help open blood vessels. Green tea, often overlooked, contains catechins that improve the flexibility of arteries. And oily fish, like salmon or sardines, bring omega-3s that thin the blood just enough to keep it moving smoothly where you need it most. Add berries, blueberries, strawberries, raspberries to that list, and you have a daily recipe for circulation that translates directly into firmer, more confident performance. Now, let's talk regeneration. Every man's body carries cells that wear out and need replacing. When you were young, your body rebuilt tissue so fast you barely noticed. But after 60, repair slows and fatigue sets in. This is where foods like cruciferous vegetables, broccoli, cauliflower, kale, come in. They contain natural compounds that help your body recycle damaged cells and replace them with stronger ones. Purple potatoes, with their anthocyanins, are another secret weapon, helping the body clear out bad cells and regenerate healthier ones. Think of it as housekeeping for your manhood, tidying up what no longer serves you and laying fresh foundations for vitality. The third key system is your gut microbiome. Most men don't realize their gut bacteria talk directly to their hormones. When the gut is inflamed from years of processed foods, testosterone drops, drive weakens, and intimacy feels like a distant memory. But when you feed your gut with fiber-rich foods, beans, lentils, chickpeas, mushrooms, avocados, you give the good bacteria what they need to thrive. In return, they produce short-chain fatty acids that reduce inflammation, boost immunity, and help testosterone signal more effectively. Add fermented foods like yogurt, sauerkraut, or kimchi, and you introduce healthy bacteria that make the system even stronger. I've seen men like David, a 68-year-old patient who once felt intimacy was over, restore his energy within months simply by transforming his gut health. Next comes DNA protection. Think of every cell in your body as carrying a tiny instruction manual. With age, those instructions become smudged. The result is weaker cells, slower repair, and fading energy. But foods can polish those instructions. Blueberries again rise to the top here, protecting DNA from damage. Nuts, walnuts, almonds deliver healthy fats that shield cells from oxidative stress. Even a daily cup of coffee or green tea can strengthen DNA repair mechanisms. And when your cells are stronger, your energy is steadier, your prostate functions better, and intimacy feels natural again. The last defense is your immune system. When inflammation runs wild, it's like pouring gasoline on the fire of aging. Joints ache, energy falls, desire fades. But when you calm that fire, life feels different. Chili peppers, surprisingly, play a role here. Their capsaicin not only boosts metabolism, but also reduces inflammatory markers. Broccoli sprouts, those tiny 3-day-old plants, supercharge immune cells that fight inflammation. And raspberries, light and delicate as they seem, are loaded with fiber and antioxidants that help quiet the storm inside. So here we are, 5 systems that shape a man's destiny after 60. Circulation, regeneration, gut health, DNA protection, and immunity. Each one influenced every single day by the foods you choose. This is not about giving up pleasure or eating like a monk. It is about making small, powerful shifts, replacing processed meats with nuts, swapping heavy dinners with fish and vegetables, adding berries to your mornings, enjoying a cup of green tea instead of another soda. Each decision stacks up, meal by meal, into a body that feels alive again. And the ripple effect goes far beyond the bedroom. When blood flow returns, you feel lighter on your feet. When testosterone rises, motivation follows. When intimacy revives, relationships deepen. I've watched men who once sat in silence at the dinner table start laughing with their partners again. I've seen men who thought their best years were behind them walk into my clinic with a spark in their eyes, not because of a miracle pill, but because they discovered the quiet power of food. Now let me ask you, which food will you begin with today? Will it be the tomatoes that protect your prostate and open your vessels, the berries that strengthen your DNA, the nuts that calm inflammation and fuel your microbiome, or perhaps the green tea that gently restores blood flow? Whatever you choose, start small. Consistency, not perfection, is what brings transformation. I want you to remember this truth. Aging doesn't mean fading. It means adapting. And when you adapt with wisdom, with courage, with respect for your body, you don't just survive, you thrive. You stand taller, You breathe easier. You look your partner in the eye, not with hesitation, but with warmth. You say yes to life again in small ways, in big ways, in ways you never thought you'd feel after 60. This is Dr. Maya Kapoor, and if this message resonated with you, I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments. If you'd like more gentle guidance, please subscribe so we can keep walking this journey together. And if you know a friend who might need these words, share this video with them. You never know how much it could mean.